Hello, everyone. This is New Bedford's Massachusetts resident CHP, Crazy Half Portuguese, Mr. Eric Lima over here. You are watching yet another video episode from my pilot miniseries that is bridging in between a holiday season, in between the recently completed EML-37 TV about a month ago, now going to the new debuting third season of my YouTube saga that will start tomorrow. Because tomorrow is New Year's Day, so this is second to the last episode of the Bridge Up, ladies and gentlemen, episode 59. Got one more episode to go because I'm doing the final mega WWE recap as far as Raw, NXT, and NXT UK is concerned, and then I got one more episode to do. Now we'll end the Bridge Up, end this year to go into the new season. Remember, I'm morphing this channel up. I don't have to worry about opening a new channel. I'm going to transform this channel, and I got new thumbnails coming. Hope you're going to enjoy it. There will be new names for some of the segments I'm going to use instead of the old segments. So here we go. The final recap of the WWE. Let's start with Monday Night Raw this past Monday night. Drew McIntyre arrives on the scene, addresses the Thunderdome. Sheamus arrives and responds to wanting a fight with him for the title. Keith Lee interrupts them. But then, and then Sheamus did kicked Keith Lee twice. As you know, throughout the Raw episodes, there is a few tributes to Luke Harper, aka Brody Lee, aka John Huber, who passed away over the weekend. And Drew McIntyre kicked off with Monday. You know what that means. They did a few moves. The yeah. Because a lot of these guys knew Luke Harper during his tenure in the WWE. So they had Keith Lee versus Sheamus. The winner will face McIntyre in the Raw Legends bout for the championship. Keith Lee wins the matchup after a hard-hitting matchup. Elias and Jackson Riker were relaxing in the locker room while Elias trying to play some music and knock at the door. Miz and Morrison arrive, and they were not in a very good mood. So Miz went one-on-one with Grand Metalik. And it was a hard-fought matchup. Morrison tried to get involved. Lindsay Dorado tried to even the score. But Grand Metalik has won the matchup. Miz is up in a good mood since he blew his cash in the Money Bank briefcase. More on that. Then, as Elias and Jackson Riker were still relaxing, trying to play, he was sick and tired of getting interrupted. AJ Styles and almost burst in the locker room. And a little upset was AJ Styles about not winning the title. So Jackson Riker's about to clock AJ Styles one, but you got almost staring down at him. Dana Brooke went one-on-one with Shayna Baszler. What a match that was, but Baszler won in the end. And then Alexa Bliss has her own moment of bliss, a.k.a. Alexa's Playground, with Randy Orton. It was supposed to be a guest, but Randy Orton decided to enter the Firefly Funhouse, ransacks it, and killed all the puppets there. That's going to tick the Fiend off a little bit more. And then Alexa Bliss says she's challenging Randy Orton tonight. What? That night. What? I was like, she nuts? Charlotte Caruso interviews Charlotte Flair, and then Asuka having her fun. And then AJ Styles went one-on-one with Elias. And after the intimidation by Omos, Jackson Riker decided to back off, but AJ Styles won the match against Elias. I'm trying to go quick about this because Ali wants Ricochet to join Retribution after Mustafa Ali did pick up the victory over Ricochet, but Ricochet refused to join and he escaped the ring. Charlotte Caruso interviewed Nia Jax, and Jax is the first woman to declare entry into the Women's Royal Rumble match. That's happening January 31st this year. So Nia Jax is the first one to declare entry. Charlotte Flair with Asuka went one-on-one with Nia Jax. A little unfinished business when Nia Jax tried to injure Charlotte Flair over the summer. And after Charlotte Flair got Nia Jax to figure 8, Shayna Baszler got involved with the carry through the clutch. Flair wins by disqualification. Then Charlotte Caruso interviews Drew McIntyre, and McIntyre addresses Keith Lee next week. This coming Monday night, the Raw Legends night. It'll be very interesting to see what McIntyre and Lee can do and talk and have the Legends are the legends watching. So that'd be a heck of a matchup. So legends are watching. Charlie Caruso then interviewed Angel Garza, and R-Truth interrupted it, bumps into him, all getting chased by other competitors for the 24/7 title, causing Angel to drop his rose. But he gives Charlie the rose, and even the roses went. I'm like, what? You got a crush on Sarah Schreiber and not Charlie Caruso? Trying to start a cat fight between the interviewers? Jeepers creepers. Anyways, and then the 8-man tag match: Matt Hardy, Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy's in AEW. Jeff Hardy, Matt Riddle. That's why I really like Hardy and Riddle. That's why I get it. Matt Riddle, Jeff Hardy, and New Day were talking and about the 8-man tag. As they faced the Hurt Business, it was a crazy matchup. While the Hurt Business in the ring, Lashley is the first man to declare entry into the men's Royal Rumble matchup. So good way. It looks like Lashley decided to get some more gold, probably the WWE Championship. Lashley versus McIntyre. We've seen that match before. Hopefully we can see it again. Who knows? And if Keith Lee wins the title, Keith Lee versus Bobby Lashley will be a heck of a matchup. That would be something else. Let's see what happens. So, but after a crazy 8-man tag, the Hurt Business didn't win the matchup. So the Hurt Business Willing Way still on a roll with two of the 3 titles of the Raw titles in their camp. So, big things for the Hurt Business. Will Bobby Lashley add the WWE Championship? We'll see. Adam Pearce was talking to Miz and Morrison after Miz lost the Grand Metal League, and they were pretty grumpy about it. But then, and then Adam Pearce was holding the Money in the Bank briefcase. So what's he doing? And you know what? Miz was right. Morrison cashed it in for Miz, but it's supposed to be Miz that's supposed to cash it in. So Adam Pearce gave Miz back the Money in the Bank briefcase. So technically, Miz is still Mr. Money in the Bank. Oh boy, this is going to get interesting. I'm sure going to be a lot of complaints on that one. But anyways, because people hate the Miz. So Alexa Bliss challenged Orton. Orton comes out. Alexa Bliss says, "Do to him what you did. Do to me what you did to him." And Alexa's crazy. I don't know. The Fiend has gotten to this poor girl. Alexa got to the point where she poured the gasoline over herself and said, "Do it." I'm like, and Randy Orton's holding the match, slipped on the match, and then the lights went out. It faded black. A cliffhanger. Did Alexa Bliss get burnt alive? Did the Fiend show up to stop the whole thing? What happened? We don't know. So next week's going to be very interesting with the Raw Legends being there. All right, let's go last night's NXT. Final NXT 2020. Isaiah Swerve Scott went one-on-one with the Colossal Bronson Reed. And in the end of that matchup, Isaiah Swerve Scott tried to resort to nefarious tactics, but in the end, Bronson Reed, the thick boy, the former thick boy, now he's Mr. Colosso, has won the matchup. And then William Regal, the NXT Year-End Awards was happening. Breakout Star of the Year, and Shotzi Blackheart has won the Breakout Star of the Year, and Shotzi Blackheart's acceptance speech. So, yeah, Shotzi Blackheart had a decent 2020 beginning around. She was part of the Royal Rumble. She was part of Battle Royal where she threw out Shayna Baszler. So I thought it was fun to see. And then Johnny Gargano and the rest of the crew, his wife, Candice LeRae, and the rest of the crew from The Way appeared. Arrived at the CWC, in which he saw a black cat. I joked around and tweeted about it. It must be Io Shirai's cat. Maybe Io Shirai brought her cat to comfort her and all that. You never know. So because he had this curse of not to be able to defend his title. So like the Sasha Banks curse. Should have put a picture of Sasha Banks, but then again, Sasha Banks succeeded. So, and then Breezango went in a tag team matchup against the Grizzled Young Veterans, the team of Zach Gibson and James Drake formerly from NXT UK, while Breezango is Tyler Breeze and Fandango. And the Grizzled Young Veterans won the matchup, but Everrise, Matt Martell, and Chase Parker came out wanting a piece of somebody. Grizzled Young Veterans glared at Everrise. Everrise says, I don't know. Even Asia Pereira, the referee, says, I don't want any of this. I'm leaving. After despite the fact that, and those two keep running their mouths. And Grizzled Young Veterans like, what? So, And everybody's like, okay, we're backing out, all right? So they had tag team of the year, and no surprise, the Undisputed Era wins again. Undisputed Era, best team ever, and we kind of find out that the Dusty Rhodes Classic is coming back, I believe, in 2 weeks. The Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic coming back, and Adam Cole and Roderick Strong will enter the tournament this year. So, enter the tournament this time around. Very represent Undisputed Era. Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish consider some time, and Kyle O'Reilly, more on him. And then you get tag team, and then Xia Li and Boa have completed their training, and they're retraining next week with this mysterious woman who's going to lead them. Who is she? We'll find out next week at New Year's Evil. That is going to be interesting, to say the least. All right. And Mercedes Martinez went one-on-one with Valentina Feroz, and Mercedes Martinez won. But the female competitor of the year was named, and lo and behold, no surprise here, I knew it, Io Shirai, the geniusless guy, the NXT Women's Champion, won the female competitor of the year, and she said she's honored, she's thankful. She's the woman. She's going to be a, but I think, and the Japanese have dominated that female competitor and overall competitor. Kairi Sane, Asuka's won it, then Kairi Sane, and now Io Shirai. Male competitor of the year was named, and Adam Cole won it. No surprise there either. Well, there's a lot. Well, it was a tough call. A lot of people could have won it, Finn Balor and all that, but Adam Cole has been constant throughout 2020, so he deserves that. Could have been him or Keith Lee, either way. Pete Dunne went one-on-one with Roderick Strong, and as Pete Dunne was entering, he looked at Finn Balor, and Finn Balor said, "You want it?" So you have to show me that you want it. And afterwards, Pete Dunne did win the matchup. And the match of the year was TakeOver 31 between Finn Balor and Kyle O'Reilly. Finn Balor takes Kyle's award, goes to the ring. Kyle O'Reilly arrives. It takes his award, but he says he wants that title. He wants the title for New Year's Evil next week. It's going to be a heck of a matchup. But Scarlett, we hear Scarlett's voice speaking some kind of Latin, and or is it German? You never know. A foreign language. And Scarlett says, no matter who wins, that's coming with us. And Karrion Kross goes tick-tock. Damian Priest was standing right behind him, folks. And these two beat the heck out of each other. And at the end, after going to a table, Scarlett was sitting so sexily on top of something, and she starts laughing. Like it turns her on. Weird. But anyways, hey, women like tough guys. That's how you do it. Anyways, then Rhea Ripley did talk about her history with Raquel Gonzalez. They were once known as a tag team called R&R, but now the RVR. Last woman standing next week, New Year's Evil. Can't wait for that matchup. It'll be a lot of fun. Legado del Fantasma said, in the ring, bragging about how 2020 was their year and everything else. They saying nobody touched them. But in a shocking move, the Lucha House Party, the team of Grand Metalik and Lince Dorado showed up on NXT and addresses Escobar about that. And then the team of Legado del Fantasma team of Joaquin Wilde and Raul Medusa went against the Lucha House Party. The Lucha House Party did win the matchup. As a result of that, Grand Metalik gets a Cruiserweight title shot against Escobar at New Year's Evil next week. Huge matchup indeed. That's going to be a big matchup. Future Star of the Year goes to Austin Theory, and even though Indy Hartwell was named a nominee, she was not very happy. But anyways, so then Austin Theory was about to talk, and then Johnny Gargano's trying to get ready for his matchup. He's freaking out, flipping out. He grabs the Gargano whey jar that gave Austin Theory for Christmas. Chucks it, hits a mirror 7 years back. No. And all of a sudden he's like, I got to go out there. And he walks under a ladder. They're like, don't you say anything. Oh, they were freaking out. It was the funniest thing in the world. Funniest thing in the world. And then the North American title was the main event. Gargano defended against Ruff, and Ruff did a little Spider-Man, Super Mario jumping around thing. and people, they were joking about it, and Leon Ruff's getting ready for the Royal Rumble. You know what? He could be studying Kofi Kingston at that point. It'll be very interesting to see what happens when they have a Royal Rumble. And if Leon Ruff's in that Royal Rumble this year, because you always have surprises in the Royal Rumble. If some of the NXT stars get involved in the Royal Rumble. If Leon Ruff's in the Royal Rumble, I see him trying to escape elimination a few times before he gets out. That'll be really something to see. But the NXT Overall Competitor of the Year Award, no surprise, once again, does it again. Like I said before, Io Shirai. She won Female Competitor and Overall Competitor. Third Japanese woman to do that, Asuka, Kairi Sane, Io Shirai. Congratulations to Io Shirai. And all that Dex Lumis will be hosting next week's New Year's Eve. Also, a fight pit match will happen. Tommaso Ciampa versus Timothy Thatcher. This is going to be an awesome matchup. That's going to be a lot of matches happening on the card. All right, let's go to NXT UK. They decided the best of two matches in early February 2020. The NXT UK Tag Team Champions Gallus against Lorcan and Birch in a non-title matchup. And the Gallus firm won the matchup. Gallus boys on top. And a lot of New Year's messages came from the NXT UK Heritage Cup A-Kid, Amir Jordan, Aaliyah James, Dave Mastiff, Kaylee Ray, Mark Andrews, and then Sam Gradwell did a promo. There's a promo on him. And then a second round of New Year's messages. Ashley Smith, Amal, the French Hope, get the Gallus boys did that. Isla Dawn, Wild Boar, Noam Dar, Pinky Party. And the Thunderstorm Sam Gradwell talks about what happened in 2020. So, and he says, I like that, the Thunderstorm. That's a cool nickname for him. And he says next year, and 2021 will be his year, so we'll see what happens. Pretty Deadly, same thing. Casa, Pretty Deadly. Casa, yes, boy, as they say. And they tried a couple of drinks, and one he didn't like. The other, no, don't try that one. And the other, looks like orange juice, tastes perfectly. And they said, and they were thinking about doing it again in 2021 to see what happens for that year. Another round of third round New Year's messages. Ginny, Ilya Dragunov, Kenny Williams, Primate, Danny Luna, Joseph Connors, Chris Sharp, the referee there, Jack Stars, Nia Samuels, and they're gonna have a Supernova Sessions promo next week. The newcomer Ben Carter will be on the Supernova Sessions on NXT UK. So Ben Carter making his TV debut. We'll see what network debut. We'll see what happens. Ginny says something that is very, very true. Do not make yourselves a New Year's resolution because she says you might probably fail at them. You know what? You might write, or they may not happen. So Ginny is on the money. Ginny is on the money because it's true. So that means I keep my New Year's resolutions. I will not make any New Year's resolutions for 2021. I'm just going to do what I do best. All right. Then New Year's Eve, New Year's messages of fourth round final. Saxon Huxley, Piper Niven, Levi Muir, Oliver Carter, Zaya Brookside, Rampage Brown, Tyson T-Bone, and Eddie Dennis. Shh. That guy's creepy. In 2 weeks, the UK title on the line. Walter will defend it against the Heritage Cup A-Kid next week. In number one contenders match, Piper Niven goes one-on-one with Ginny. And then they had the TakeOver Blackpool 2 match between Bate and Devlin, which Bate won. So, this big strong boy has won. So, that is it. That is it. The final roundup, WWE roundup for 2020. I hope you guys, for NXT, for Raw, NXT, and NXT UK. Next week, a brand new year, a brand new start, brand new season, brand new title. So, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm like that 80s group New Shoes. I can't wait. All right, I'll see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. Don't drink too much. Don't go do anything crazy. As you know, we're still in the middle of a pandemic despite the holiday season. And I'll see you in 2021. Peace.